Hi there. In this video, I'm going to show you how to factor quadratic equations. Usually the quadratic equation would take the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So we would like to factor this. The first thing to observe is the value of a, because we have two cases where a is equal to 1 and where a is greater than 1. Let's start with an easy example where a is equal to 1. We would like to factor x squared minus 3x minus 10. A is equal to 1, so I don't need to write that. So there are of course many ways to factor this, but we are going to do the most basic one, which is to split the middle term into 2. So the first step is to get factors of 10. 10, 1, 5, and 2. These factors should multiply to minus 10 but add to minus 3. So since they're multiplying to minus 10, we know that one of the factors should be negative. It would be reasonable to have minus 5 and plus 2. Multiplying them would give you minus 10, but adding them would give you minus 3, which we want. Let's split minus 3x into two parts. We get minus 5x and plus 2x. So you notice that will give you minus 3x. We are going to bring down this value in front and this one, put them in brackets and simplify. You can factor out x to get x minus 5. And from the second bracket, we can factor out 2 to get x minus 5. The common term is x minus 5. And we have x plus 2. And there it is. We have factored the equation x squared minus 3x minus 10 will become x minus 5, x plus 2. And you can verify that. Now let's take the second case where a is bigger than 1. Let's take an example. 2x squared plus 3x minus 5. A is bigger than 1, so we write it down there. In fact, it's equal to 2. So the first step is to multiply 2 with negative 5 to get 10 and look for the factors of 10. So as before, we have 10, 1 and 5, 2. The negative there. The idea is that these factors should multiply to minus 10 but add up to positive 3. We have to split the middle term into two parts as before. This should be plus 5 and minus 2 would work, because if you multiply this you get minus 10. If you add them you get positive 3. But have 5x minus 2x. 5x minus 2x will give us 3x. To bring this down, minus 5. And then we are going to put the brackets, or the first two terms and the last two terms, here and here. Now what is interesting is because this is negative, the sign in front of the 5 should become a positive. In the first part we have x, a common term, 2x plus 5 minus, and we have again 2x plus 5. So the common term between the two are 2x plus 5. We have x and there is a 1 here. Don't forget 1 here. So we can write this as x minus 1. And we're done. The factor of this equation is exactly this one. What you need to note is that if you are to factor an equation 4x squared plus 6x minus 10, you don't just go immediately and split the 6x into two parts by factoring 40 minus 40. That's not what you do. You need to factor out first the common term from the equation. In this case, it will be 2x squared plus 3x minus 5, and then you will factor out this part, which is exactly the same as this. this equation is the same as the one up there, and at the end you'll have a 2 there. That will be a factor for this equation. That's it. See you in the next video.